Alright, the stream has started. Dallin, do you want to go ahead and send a text real quick?
A tweet?
A tweet?
I have tweeted, and you should check it out. It's getting the Balrog.
I love it. Did you see the message I sent you?
On Discord?
No, on Twitter. Sent you a message.
On them tweets.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I gotta find a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry.
Speaking of Harry Potter, I'm trying to find out how I can download this movie to my iPad as opposed to stream it.
Is it on what's it called? iTunes Connect? Okay. I think everybody's there. Everybody's on frame.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Hey.
Hey, Reese.
Hey, Reese.
Wow, everybody's here and it's like not even 9:20.
Right?
It's 9:07, thank you.
All right, we are live.
We are live.
Like Johnny number 5.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Spending too much time with your new girlfriend, not with the actual caravan.
Oh, yes, yes.
Hey, you guys.
Adele.
What's up?
Adele, I can't remember. I just remember Adele.
Adele. Hello from you.
I just saw somebody's crotch really close to the camera.
I guess I could take Dallin's spot since
Yeah, you got that whole side of the couch to yourself.
he's afraid of the fog.
There's something in the fog.
I've seen that movie.
Dallin, you're gonna see a lot of crotch during the stream because every time someone walks to the table, you'll see it.
What are you talking about? Making myself comfortable.
I'm not
Good question.
complaining.
There's two of you.
I promise.
All right.
We'll start things out right.
She hasn't been that long since we've run the game, has it? Felt like a long time, just because of Christmas and everything. Hope everybody's Christmas was good.
Yes.
I got
was
Betrayer at Baldur's Gate, which is a game we'll have to play sometime, considering we just left there. Should be fun.
Nice.
Let's see what we got here.
So Dallin, did you see it?
Oh, the weird dude in a bikini thing?
Weird dude.
Is it you, Preston?
I said sneak peek of Brom tonight, and it's this guy. How do you say this?
I'll be right back.
He is not a normal proportioned person in a bikini, and he's dancing, doing like creepy face, and he's got like this bow on his head. It's like not suitable for work,
So he's a big guy.
but it's funny. He's a. Here, I'll show you. It's open. He's dancing.
Yeah, that seems pretty much like Brom. Yeah.
The stream is really tripping me out because there's two Broms.
Say what?
Two Brahms.
There's two.
You're on both camera shots.
Oh, snap!
And
Inception.
so it looks like you have a twin.
Brom section.
Bromception.
This is Brom and his brother Broom.
Dom.
Broom.
No, it's
Brom,
Brom
and
Little
this is-
Robbie.
Little Robbie.
Little Robbie.
Little Rock.
There you go.
All right. So, last time, the party joined up with a caravan. Some joining up as normal guards, some as personal bodyguards, but all joining with this caravan going from Baldur's Gate all the way to Waterdeep in an effort to track the Cult of the Dragon to find where exactly they're taking whatever it is they have. Along the way, they discovered a few patterns that they can make magic items out of.
That's right.
They encountered a golden stag that turned out to be more than it appeared. It affected some people spiritually and
It was a
gave them a
transformer.
nice. It was a transformer. I think it was a transformer. It gave them a nice magic item, which
Dude,
was.
I was
Was it?
so affected spiritually that I decided to make my luck stone in the shape of a stag so that when it's complete, my nature checks will actually be a 0 instead of a -1. I'm like the worst wood elf ever.
Aw.
The kind raised not in the woods. And they also fought off. Well, they carved a path through some fungus. They
They
defeated a
screamed
couple.
sadly as they died.
Yes. They defeated a couple giant birds with antlers, almost getting Akio killed in the process.
The paraplegics.
That's right.
The paradins.
Peritons. Close enough.
And they ended the night by Akio unlocking his puzzle ring, which then told them a tale of wonderment. Two cities.
Sorry, go on.
Involving a elf, magician, wizard, some would say, and a bard. And we will pick up around the campfire after Akio has finished his little vision that this has given him. And the riddle...
We didn't see the vision.
I thought
Yes.
we
You
went.
said it all went dark.
It all went dark.
Okay, yeah.
And then it
Yeah,
was-
everybody around the campfire did see the vision. And then does anybody remember the riddle that is now
I
on
do.
the ring?
The glass, the ceiling is
Follow the yellow brick
iron. The
road.
walls are glass.
and
So that's what
follow-
the stag said.
So it's iron roof,
Yeah,
glass
that's
walls,
in
burns and
force.
burns,
I don't
never
have-
falls.
Yes.
My yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Iron roof, glass walls.
Burns and burns.
Burns and burns, never falls. That was the riddle.
I think it's
Glass walls.
I think it's a chimney
Burns and burns.
or like a fireplace with like a glass front.
So
I
we
don't know.
must find Saint Nicholas.
Nikolai.
Nikolai. Saint Nikolai. Nikolaj.
But the journey has been 25 days so far. For you all.
This kombucha is delicious. I wish I had someone to share it with.
Akio, how are you on the first luck stone?
I am 400 out of 500 gold pieces towards it.
Nice. Very nice. And Brahm, how are you on your first luck stone?
Not quite that.
Okay.
275.
Mm-hmm. And that is
500.
all the magical materials I believe you guys have at this point, correct?
Yes, we bought the 1,000 worth of the.
Mhm. From the one trader that you found that it's actually
Yeah.
selling magic items.
That's correct.
We need to
and
do
we
another
paid up front for
1,500.
the costs.
And just as a quick tally, like how much gold is everybody sitting at? Sort of.
Um,
Well, that drained me. I'm at 100 gold.
100 gold?
I spent everything on
That's true. You did buy that second
and I bought
pattern
the
with the night goggles for Brahm.
I'm at
or for
1,000.
Akio.
I'm at 312 gold.
312.
I think I'm at 700 something. I'm
Calculating now.
well. Can I get you to log in?
I mean, I did pay 500 for the luck stone
Yeah.
blueprint,
You two
so
have paid
I don't
stuff
remember
that
the
we have.
item.
Correct.
yeah.
The not
You
Ethereum.
paid.
Just create
So-
one.
We
Does it
paid
cost
for the
money?
pattern.
I'm at 1,200.
I can't create
Yeah, I'm
one,
at
'cause-
1050.
Why don't you ask Preston because he probably
Dang,
knows that too.
freaking Thordunk rolling in the dough.
That's because Thordunk's not spending it on anything.
Lunar first spin.
Well, he also ended up with a couple of loot items before we decided to adopt socialism.
That's true. All right. So to begin tonight, the evening passes with no other issues. You guys stoke your campfire. Those of you who have kind of a night shift guard duty go off onto that. Ari goes off to the tent for her for Miss Lewell, her moon elf merchant companion
Yeah.
for the trip.
Adelri.
Adelri. Yep.
How is that?
Yeah,
And you spend the evening of the 25th day without any incident. Everybody can take a long rest if you haven't regained any spells, that sort of thing. Because I think the last thing we did was the Periton fight. And I don't know if everybody did.
And then, how do I do this daily? 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily for the staff. Long rest, and then I do my half. So, if I understand that correctly, I roll 1d6 plus 4.
Yes, and you regain that many charges.
And that's how many charges I regain up to.
You're only down 5, right?
I'm only down 5.
So even if you roll a 1,
it should be.
It's fully charged.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Mr. Math. Yeah.
Confirm.
All right, so the next.
It doesn't suck my blood while I'm sleeping, does it?
You wake up and there's like a red rim around one of the totems.
I'm emaciated and like, turning into a mummy.
No, let's see here. So you actually do dream something though. You have pleasant dreams where you are a boar wandering through the forest looking for truffles.
Wow.
Piggy trot, piggy trot.
Sounds lovely.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
And you wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. Yeah. And then you kind of turn over and you look at the staff, and the totems are not in the same place you remember. The boar totem is on top now, and everything else is kind of just shifted down one.
Interesting.
When it was in the center.
Interesting.
All right.
Tom takes note of this.
Alrighty. The day continues on. You pack up the caravan. Jai greets you with a hearty, "Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you had a good sleep."
Indubitably. Rob's making the boards now.
It was such a good dream.
It was so great that my mind is mixed with tales of grandeur. I am prepared for the day.
Well, good to hear. And then he gets up into his wagon, and it starts off. The two brothers start off right behind him, and they give you a nod.
Somebody especially chipped.
Yeah, No Hard gives you a very good morning, and Selvik just kind of gives you that nod that he's used to because he can't speak. And the day continues on. You guys travel throughout the day. Let's just see.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the day continues on. There are no incidents. You guys break for lunch. You break in the evening to rest the horses and the giant boar. And because if you remember, Jai has a giant boar. And
Right.
Yeah.
Pulling the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Question.
Yes.
Do you guys want to try to, investigate at all either the dude that's locked up in the cage or that new wagon that showed up at the end that I'm pretty sure is cultists, or should we just kind of let it play out and get there? I don't know. I don't know that we necessarily need to. I'm just saying, what do you guys want to do? I'm personally perfectly fine to just
I could have
get there.
Private conversation with him. No one would know.
I wouldn't mind peeking into that covered wagon and see what's up with that.
I also want to go check out the dude in
The what?
the cage.
Dude.
The dude in the cage.
The violent prisoner that's in jail for many murders.
If everyone is agreeable, I could cast a message on him as long as I can see him and
That's right. He doesn't have to be in your party.
and no one will be able to hear our conversation.
He just has to know him, know his look and
I
everything.
have to be able to see him.
So you
know
could
where he's
turn
at.
yourself invisible, walk up to the cage, look in the hole.
Just
and
hold on
message
tight
him.
to the bars.
Yep. I'm connecting
I
to
like
a
it.
ruthless criminal.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Please hold.
I want to know why he's in there.
Yeah,
so
I feel like
Brom's
he's
gonna turn
tied
himself
to the
invisible.
ropes fast.
Just have you know that if this goes terribly wrong, I apologize ahead of time.
I'm gonna hang out nearby, but not to the point where the dwarf lady's gonna be like, "Get out of here!"
Yeah, she's currently she's the one setting up the fire for their campsite this evening. They always camp super close to their cage, and then it is Lita, the female guard. She's the one kind of circling around, and the other one, which is
7.5 feet tall.
yes, the pole is what everybody's
The
come to
pole.
know him as.
The pole.
Yep.
Looking around, do I see anyone? Is everyone kind of busy about their own work?
Yes, it's just your usual kind of camp in the evening. I need actually everybody to roll me a charisma check, if you don't mind.
Hey, how about a 2?
Oh.
2?
That's a
21.
natural 20.
That's impossible for a half-orc. You should have like a -5 to every charisma roll. Come on.
Hey, Thornock, I'll
Is it a
trade.
save or just a
You're just rolling a charisma check.
Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I have no charisma.
So what is
4.
it? 4? Okay.
I have no diplomacy.
I have no
diplomacy.
Okay. Well, the 2 people who aren't here did great, which seems
Odd.
odd.
Hey, I'll live stream my dice rolls if you want.
No, don't worry about
Hey,
it. I trust you guys because you trust me.
Dice cam.
Alrighty. So, Brom, everybody else is just seemingly kind of going around camp normally, that sort of thing.
Can I roll a perception to see if anyone's looking my way? I want to slip behind some cover, or some of the wagons, and just cast invisibility on them.
Yeah, go ahead and...
17. This is a perception?
Yep.
17.
Nobody's looking your way, although one of the cult wagons, one of the ones that you think might be the cult wagons, is kind of eyeing Ari a little strangely.
Okay.
Back off.
Okay.
I go back to my girlfriend.
He follows her just as she wanders away,
Okay.
kind of thing. Not follows her physically, just with his eyes.
Okay. As I cast, before I cast invisibility, read your spells, ladies and gentlemen. Read your spells.
Concentration.
I cast a spell. But this should still work. Okay, so I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast the message on Ari as she's walking away. Just
Mm-hmm.
you may be noticed. Young alert.
Yeah, I seemed to pick up on that, and I figured if those are cultists, I'd probably be the most recognizable, so I'd better keep my distance.
Okay, and then I'll just go ahead and pop my invisibility. I'm going to walk over and stealthily find you. I want to walk over while and try and see engage. Is there anybody near that? I would assume there's maybe a flap or something that's unsecured, possibly, or something somewhere.
Are you going to one of the cult wagons, or are you going to the iron cage?
The iron cage with the guy in.
Okay, there's no flap. The cage is just there.
Okay, it's just
Right.
a cage.
Yeah, it's a cage on top of where a wagon would normally
I
sit.
want to look at him. And I want to fix
So,
his face.
sorry, I should reiterate. It's a more of a gleaming box with holes in it,
Okay.
with
got it.
small holes. So you can't
I see
see
what
him
you-
through slats or anything.
So, is there anyone next to the wagon immediately that I would run into?
Lita is kind of wandering around. You're gonna need to roll me a stealth check, but you have
Okay, I wanna
advantage.
A roll. Please don't start the night like
There
that.
we go.
Okay, 18 plus. First one was a 1. That's a stealth.
Mm-hmm.
18 plus 4.
42.
Okay. And then
And I want to look into one of the verticalist square things.
Okay. Yeah, they are pretty much. We'll do rectangular ones. Yeah, because I said it did look like one of the raptor cages from Jurassic Park. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you kind of look in and you see this ragged man kind of just leaning up against one wall. He's got chains around his wrists in the same kind of metal that the box is made out of, and he just looks like he hasn't been able to shave or bathe or anything in 26 days.
Okay. I want to affix his face in my mind. I want to just remember him, mentally take a picture of him and stealthily, hopefully, climb off the wagon.
Okay.
And
So you have a photo.
Go ahead and roll me another.
I don't know if
stealth
it's
check,
photographic, but I want to remember him enough that I can cast my spell. 14 plus 4, that's 18.
Okay.
And so I stealth away. Ron does The cult wagons, are they secure, or what we believe to be cult wagons, the ones that are...
Yeah, so every other wagon has kind of gone through these checks, like the merchant will pull up the tarp and they'll look through and make sure everything's secure. These cult wagons, they just appear to be just strapped down, and the tarps are just in place and they haven't been touched. In fact, as you guys have been watching the caravan, trying to get an idea of things that are going on, you'll notice that some travelers walk on foot and others try to catch rides by paying merchants. That's kind of one of the things that helps merchants get a little bit more cash along the road. And anybody who approaches the 3 late additions, the 3 bound wagons that you've seen, are just turned away by the people running them.
Okay.
How many people are there?
It looks to be, let's see here, what do we have?
We'll just take them out
I
and
want
sleep.
to I wanted to case them and see
There's
if,
good loot inside that wagon.
see if there's some way I can at least get some insight of what's inside.
What's in the box?
Is lighting a torch an attack?
So it looks like,
Is lighting a wagon on fire an attack?
yes, lighting a wagon on fire would be an attack. Lighting a torch, no, but I would say that the torch doesn't count as being invisible.
I would agree. Okay.
It'd be a floating torch.
Just
So it looks like
prompts
there's 2 teamsters with each, and there appears to be 1 kind of guard that they've hired for each caravan. Just 1 mercenary
And how many?
looking. There's 3 wagons.
3 wagons.
who's closest to me?
3 that look like they're these type bundles.
So 6 teamsters and 3 guards.
Having moved away, who's closest to me?
Out of the party. You guys are all setting up around the same campfire, I'm assuming, right, for the evening. So they're all pretty much within a few feet of each
Okay, I
other.
want to come as close as I can to them and say,
Everybody roll for alarm.
"It's brown. It's brown.
11.
Don't punch me in the face, please."
You're all fine.
Okay.
Do I get to roll a modifier with that at all?
No, you're fine. Actually, no, Thornock does need to roll. Just give me a wisdom check.
Oh no!
So what do I roll?
He's gonna
A D20 and add your wisdom modifier.
That's a 10.
Touch and go for a moment there. Thornock goes for his sword, but then stops.
Wait, hold on. It's me. I have what we need from the man in the cage. Do you want me to investigate the other wagon?
I say, nobody else is within earshot.
No, you guys. I mean, you don't necessarily go off to the side like some of the other people do,
Continue on
but
what you're doing.
you guys can talk quietly.
Okay. I say, I'm almost positive that those are the cultists.
It's the
Sure that they're bringing all the loot that they've been gathering and hoarding, that they're taking up to where Tiamat, that they're trying to summon Tiamat, right? It'd be great to intercept it somehow, but I don't know if we could pull something like that off surrounded by all of these other people and guards. We have to come up with fairly elaborate, and I don't know if we can sneak our way inside. I mean, we could try creating some sort of distraction to
A
maybe
diversion.
pull them off, but I just, with how many wagons are there total in this whole caravan?
There are a total of 9 wagons in this caravan.
I mean, so there's a couple dozen people, and if we just attacked the cultists that are part of this caravan, I'm sure everybody would probably turn on us. It wouldn't be very good for my relationship with my new girlfriend.
Agree.
We might just have to wait until we arrive and then follow them to wherever they're going and see if we can do something about it. Then I don't know. What do you guys think?
We can perhaps mock it in case we lose track of them in a lodge.
Anybody have a spider tracker?
Bat tracker.
That's exactly. I've been watching. I'm having a random cartoon list for old cartoons and everything,
Yeah.
and Spider-Man's been one of them. And it's every episode he uses that at least 3 times.
Spider tracker.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And I wanted to consult you first, and so then I'm gonna go find a private place to.
Okay.
I'll kick a tree, whatever it takes to make it drop.
You should be able to. I mean, it's your spell. You
Yeah,
should.
it's my spell.
You just get rid of the concentration.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cleanse my eye, drop it, and then I want to, as we're kind of doing our thing, I want to try and talk to the man in the cage, and say, "Excuse me, don't be alarmed. To you, through magical purposes. My name is Ron. What do you in for?"
Is there a limit on message?
It just
Like a word
says,
lit?
let's see.
140 characters.
Yeah. Is it a tweet?
It says point your finger to creature in range and whisper a message. Target and only the target can hear, and they can reply and whisper only I.
Okay. So after a moment, you hear kind of a raspy voice. This is,
I'm curious, traveling companion. This brigade of merchants. So I guess if I have to cast this up.
Are you outside of the cage?
Yeah, I am indeed. I am. We are traveling northbound. I heard that you were in quite a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped. You roll for
Insight.
You can roll insight,
Can I
but
roll
you'll be
insight?
at a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
You
Okay, 'cause
can't.
I'm like I can't see him.
You can't see him. You never
No.
talk to him.
That's a natural one, and that's disadvantage. That's one. So
Oh.
I believe you. Oh, that's the most horrible
It
thing.
is the most horrible thing you've ever heard.
That is truly. I'm sorry to hear that. How did you cook that? How did you get captured?
Well, I was at my farmhouse tending my flock, and all of a sudden these figures came out of nowhere. They cracked me over the head, and next thing I knew, I woke up in this box.
You know, how many enemies? There are people that may hold you in ill regard. I would like to say that I'm a friend,
No,
wanting to help. So I need you to be honest with me.
I'm a simple farmer. I haven't done anything to hurt anybody. I mean, except for some farm animals, but that's just the way of life, right?
Indeed. Do you remember anything about the people who had taken you?
No, they came up from behind. I didn't get a good look at them.
Did you, as you've been traveling, have you heard anything or smelt anything, seen anything?
Well, I mean, one of them smells like one of the attackers.
Does he or she smell?
I mean, they smell cold, I guess is the word. Like they're used to the cold more than anything. I don't know. It's weird.
Indeed. And do you have any instincts this person's around? Any feeling of might trigger when that person's around?
I feel like I'm in danger and I need to get out of here.
Are you allowed to make a noise?
I mean, they might try to hush me again.
If you feel the person near you, make a noise. Whatever won't get you in the least amount of trouble. If it's calling out for, probably don't want to do that. And go to the bathroom. Maybe water chamber pot.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Say something about a broken spear, perhaps? Jenga? Pitchfork.
Okay. I'll think of something.
Something. Okay. As long as it's recognizable, we'll take that as a signal and try our best to help.
Sure.
But don't lose hope.
Thank you. I almost had.
Whatever you do not lose hope. And you need me. I'm here for you, man.
Right. Where are you again?
I'm outside the box.
Like just outside the box?
I'm thinking outside.
Can you
the
see a
box.
latch or anything? Could you open it up now?
I would love to, but I'm afraid that there are too many innocents that would be also in the crossfire. We must bide our time for the moment to strike.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Indeed.
Bye.
Click.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to in there?
You hang up first. No, you hang up.
Yeah, you hang
I
up.
love you too.
By the way,
dang it, that was my
is
problem.
message, is it come out on the other end as a whisper, or do you have to whisper it?
It says, I point my finger toward a creature within range. So the only thing is I'd be like
Yeah, you're just like,
pointing at him while I'm talking to him, and then it's I whisper and they reply in whisper. And
But it's only
the only people that hear it
and
is
only
me
you
and
can
him.
hear.
Okay.
There's only two
Right.
that can.
So it's kind of telekinesis.
Telepathy, yeah.
Yeah,
Similar,
telepathy.
Kind of,
thank
yeah.
you.
It's like a really cheap.
I'm
Brom
terrible.
is just standing there going,
Okay.
What's he doing? Oh, he's pantomiming. Don't worry. It's his new act.
He's playing charades. A new game.
Alrighty,
Want to relay this in choking back sobs for this poor farmer. He's in dire need of help. It seems that he's been kidnapped. I have instructed him to let us know when he is able to either smell or hear his assailant. And then perhaps we might be able to put a finger on who is.
Wait.
No, that's
Said they smelled cold.
It's not cold.
Wrong.
I was trying to get anything from his senses. You know, sometimes when we're scared, we leave an imprint of healing.
We might need to.
Smell.
I suggest
Sound.
we might need to have you, Ron, see if you can learn anything from his captors. I had a conversation with them. I didn't. They seemed to be telling the truth from their end as well, that he was a murderer, a wanted murderer. I didn't get any kind of sense of wrongness or coldness about them, but to be honest with you, I wasn't really looking or checking for it. But perhaps you're a little more skilled in the persuasive art, if you will.
Rum's gossip radar.
You might you might be able to learn more than I would hate to attack these people and free this man if he is indeed a murderer. He is justly imprisoned. But maybe we could learn more about evidence about who these people are.
Seems there's more to this than meets the eye.
Who would kidnap a farmer?
Well, maybe he's lying. Maybe he's not.
Exactly.
So
Maybe he's a body
unless
Brom's like, he's not lying.
He's really convincing.
Akio, go ahead and roll me for your magic item today too. Your
Okay.
not your ring. You're done with that.
Right.
No, I don't. I would.
Yeah, you haven't.
Remind me, it's just a d20 that I roll.
Yeah, so you're rolling an Arcana check to see if you get extra
That's right.
time with it or extra value out of it.
17 plus 7. 24.
Yep.
Or wait, 20. Math. It's worth 200 gold, right?
Yeah. 20. It's 24. So that's double the
Oh, I
amount.
was right.
So you get 50 gold worth for today.
Okay.
Towards
Perfect.
the stone is coming along quite nicely. It's very difficult to capture the essence of luck, basically, but you're
Right.
pretty sure that you know where to go from the opposite of what Brahm does. Just like pulling luck. Yeah.
50 gold away, guys.
Yep.
I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
And this is your stone specifically, right?
Correct.
And yours is just kind of a purplish stone that you made, right?
Or they died still.
Well, it was as close to purple as we could get. It was like really dark blue.
Yeah.
Indigo.
Indigo.
Yep.
Alright. What do you do, Brahm?
So, when you spoke with them, did you get a sense for who may be a weak link?
The female seemed to be most amenable, the most talkative to me.
Which one is female? Sorry, go on.
Maybe it's just because she was attractive. Man, what's wrong with me? It's like every woman in this game. But
Well, somebody has to be. I put really no thought into these characters.
So is it up to
Wait, were you
the
attracted to
gods?
Sister Vestibule too?
no,
Okay, not every woman then.
that would
Sister
be
Mommy.
what would it be called? Not an Electra complex. Not an Oedipus complex. Something else. She's a motherly figure, but I'm female. I don't know if there's a word for that, but anyway.
What about Resmere? She's female.
To be continued.
Okay. Well, if can you point them out? I know you spoke with some folks before that seemed to be agreeable. And
Yeah,
who
so
would
there's
watch out for?
there's the two guards to the cage. One is the man they call Pole, 7.5 feet tall, the big one over
You want to know his real name? It's Sulazdag.
his deck. And the other was his companion. I can't remember her name. But the dwarf is pretty mistrusting and nasty. She seems to be in charge. But I don't know if you'll be able to get much out of her. Yeah, wrong. But she's very much always shooing away everybody that comes near.
Perhaps you've spoken with the two. Perhaps I should try my hand at speaking.
Sure. When I spoke to her, it was a very brief conversation, and basically just to get rid of me.
Duly so.
If you could find a way to charm her, I would be incredibly impressed.
You said crap.
Just minor illusion of mustache. It always works.
My name is Brett Reynolds Esquire. No, little
Tom Selleck.
Robbie Esquire.
Tom
You
Selleck.
gotta go for Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
He does have the best
The name's
mustache.
Selleck. Tom Selleck. All right. I want to. At this point, as everybody's gathered up stuff, I would assume we've made unmade camp and we're starting to pack.
Maybe
No, it's actually in the evening now. You
It's in the evening.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
maybe
the
they would
evening.
appreciate some music. Maybe you could
Perhaps
you could put them at ease with a little
I want to see if we can do a little jaunt around the campfire.
Okay.
If we can get people in higher spirit,
Okay.
perhaps drunk.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
A diversion.
Like a diversion,
It's
so
a
that she's
diversion.
thinking about joyous fun, and I talk to her about it.
Can I help? Can I help by like dancing a jig?
11,
Sure.
12,
Yeah.
13.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check to aid him.
A 13. A 13 on this will be on
9.
9.
my
Okay. So you don't help, but you don't hurt. That's good.
Yes.
Your dancing's okay.
Okay. If I use if I'm in the in that set, if I tried using dancing lights to try and raise the mood, would I get any advantage, or is that too far gone?
I think I'd give you a.
Because I was thinking like just like little lights that kind of dance around, you know, just around the campfire. In fact,
Just like the bouncing lights.
yeah, just bouncing.
Turn 3 of them into words, and 1 is.
Could I
bouncing
recite
on the word.
poetry?
Yeah.
I have a poem.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll for your poem. We'll see if it's a dirty
What
limerick. or
roll
not.
is it? Performance?
Yeah.
Yes.
The 14.
14.
Yeah.
Shining me.
The poem.
So-
helps.
It does help. Okay.
I say, we can dance if you want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. And then I bow.
And Ari dances a whole.
I dance. I grab Adele and turn her for a jig.
She seems to love it.
Great.
Yeah.
Can I ask one of the? You said there was a person that was a merchant that was carting ale.
Yes.
Can I request to them that I purchase enough ale for everyone around the campfire?
He goes, "Do you want to purchase one for everybody in the caravan?"
No, more specifically, Miss Dwarf over here. I don't know.
Okay. So just her.
Let's just get a little booze flowing, and we'll see how the night goes. Cause we're a little dry.
All right. So everybody in the caravan.
How much does it cost me?
Everybody in the caravan, he starts doing some calculations. He pulls out an abacus. He stalls for time while I think of a good price. Say 15 gold. Around.
Even with this grand performance.
I don't trade in songs.
Oh, fair enough. 15 gold. I give him 15 gold for a round for everyone.
And he claps his hands and he goes, "We've got a round on the wonderful gnome right here, everybody." And everybody claps louder than when you finished your song. When did you? What song did you play?
This one would be. It was. You and me. So that's why I wasn't that great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the cool grass grows. Baby, get ready.
Generally, fantasy creatures don't really like country music.
So, yeah, we'll just sing that one, and then I want him to, again, make specific to Dwarf Lady.
Yeah, there was like a goblin attack, and the goblins are like, and they just run away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
So I want him to give it to her, and at some point I want to go and try and speak with her.
Okay.
See how she liked the mead or drink or whatever yet.
So over the next few hours, people start drinking, and they start really like getting into like a part, like they just some random festival day that just happens, right? And everybody's getting really into it. People start coming up and asking you different songs. Surprisingly, you get 2 requests for the Heroes of Greenest that night. Yeah. And then, like, after the second one, people are talking about how we heard that this song nearly killed a half-dragon. And, like, just some rumor about that going around.
Really? Intriguing.
Or, like, killed the guy singing.
Adelry takes the opportunity to have several more dances with you. You are a fantastic dancer.
Oh, well, I am quite acrobatic. Very light on my feet, if I do say so myself.
And then, yeah, so you head over to the dwarf. She has been drinking throughout the night.
My dearest lady, I hope you've been enjoying our entertainment this evening.
Yes, you guys have really put on the party, announced our presence to everybody.
I wasn't aware we were trying to hide.
Well, I mean, as caravans go, you're not really hiding ever, but it's always nice not to tell people exactly where you are in the evening.
Very true, very true. I take your words as greatest of advice.
But you sing good, Bard.
Well, thank you very much. And I've been, speaking with other people, and I find it so intriguing where people come from and where they're going. You guys seem to be a pretty tight-knit group.
Yes, we're traveling together.
Oh, indeed. Anywhere fun you guys are going?
Well, we're heading to Waterdeep right now, like everybody else.
Have you ever been to Waterdeep?
Yes, several times.
Oh, it's a wonderful city.
I need you to roll me a diplomacy check at this point. Or persuasion, I think it's called now.
Yeah, persuasion.
13 plus. Oh, this is wrong. I'm like, +0. Hold on, what's going on?
I was
How come my persuasion be that?
That's me.
That's 20.
Okay.
You can go ahead and close up.
Keep going.
Yes, it's a beautiful city. I've played them many times.
Have you?
Yes, in and out. It's you meet new people. So exciting in the markets. What kind of wares do you guys do?
We're mercenaries, actually.
Oh, very nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
She takes another drink.
Oh, how long have you been a mercenary?
And they kind of look at each other as if they're all trying to collectively remember. About 4 or 5 years now.
Oh, fair enough. Do you do trade regularly?
No, we really just... What, you mean like that? And she points at the...
Indeed, it seems like you guys have a very important...
Well, yeah, I mean, this one is rather important. That guy is being held for trial in Waterdeep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What has he done? I asked you because, while I'm a brave adventurer, I do like to know when I have enemies nearby, especially in mid-camp.
Oh, he's not going anywhere. He can't get out of that box.
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
So what, is he going to stand trial, or
Yeah, well, hopefully, if we can get him there.
Very good. Very good. Can I do a perception check on her?
Sure.
Insight?
You're an insight, sure.
13. Is it insight or perception?
It is insight.
That is a +1. 14.
14. The first thing that you notice is she doesn't appear drunk at all. She's a dwarf. And you gave her 1 round.
Okay.
But she's had a few more since then, as you've
Just
been.
stone belly.
Yeah. But she does appear to be rather enjoying the conversation.
Good.
Yeah, rather than her usual gruff demeanor, she appears to be a little bit more amiable because of the night's events.
Okay.
But she doesn't appear to be lying about anything. She doesn't appear to be trying to mislead you. She's not giving any sort of sign that she's being dishonest, just mistrusting.
And so, I'll ask her. Where did they find this?
We found him outside of a farm in Baldur's Gate.
Hey, what was he doing there?
He killing like usual.
Wow, that's. So this is not his first time of having taken a life.
No, I mean he's escaped a few times. They called us special because of what we can do. And at this point, she looks at the pole and she goes, "Go check." And he stands up. And I mean, you've seen tall humans. You're a gnome,
Yeah.
but this guy is almost like a giant, right?
My, look at the legs on that one.
Yeah, he gets that a lot.
I mean, usually I see people probably about the belly button. I'm getting his kneecaps.
He comes from the northern tribes.
The northern tribes. Do tell.
And she starts kind of telling you about it as he walks over to the cage and starts checking a few things. And after a moment of being there, you hear the guy in the cage say the first words that anybody's ever heard him say. And he just goes, "My pitchfork! Have you seen my pitchfork? You kind of left it." And the pole kind of taps the cage. He's like, "Shut up in there."
That was his password.
And she looks over her shoulder and she's like, And he hasn't spoken a word since now, or till now.
What a bizarre man. Pitchfork. Yes,
Well, thank you, Master Bard, for your music tonight. But
Indeed.
I really should get back to my duties.
it was my pleasure. Do another deep bow, and I hope we get to speak again.
And she stands up and walks off without another word.
I come back to everybody else.
So,
Is there anyone nearby?
Yeah, well, I mean, is anybody? Has everybody kind of been sticking around the same campfire? Or you guys
Yeah.
been mingling with the party?
Lunar has just been idly drinking, not really
Yeah, engaging.
dancing,
Yeah.
but just
Okay.
I'm just there.
I'll talk to each, or I guess, pull people aside, and can I do a perception to make sure no one's listening?
Yeah.
I don't want to dark. I'm gonna loose lips sink ships. Hey.
I mean, again, you guys are in the heart of the camp as one of the campfires, but there's still plenty of room and there's plenty of rowdiness
Okay.
that you're not really.
Okay. Cool. Well, it seems that she seemed pretty truthful. They are mercenaries. They seem not. What's the word? They seem to be just doing their jobs. So I don't know that they are wrongdoers. But
so if he is being imprisoned falsely, it's likely the whoever hired mercenary that's to blame for any foul doing, or the man is really a murderer and he lied to you. Or
There's only one way to find out.
murder.
Bust him out and see what happens.
Murder.
we could do that, but then I think it would
Murder.
distract from our larger objective here, which is to
Burn the wagon.
survive. And
I wasn't saying right now, just in general.
How many days are we
At some
still
point.
You guys are 14 days now from Waterdeep.
I say we press on.
We'll just keep
I
resting.
don't know if there's anything real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to try and bust this guy out of jail, and we're like 12 days away from Waterdeep, and now like we're having to fight the entire caravan because they think we're. You know what I mean? Like,
Should we
Right.
talk to him to quell him so in case he is a murderer, he doesn't come after me?
Sure.
He doesn't know what you look like.
He does not. Yeah, he just knows what you sound like.
I'll just do a quick diddle with him. Yes, I heard. I apologize. I was having terrible bouts of diarrhea. Yes. How many?
I really don't need to know that. Did you see the person?
Person.
The
Yes,
one.
indeed, I did. He's one of the ones that
I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones that got me. Yes.
I heard that you were so big and strong. How could someone so small take you by surprise?
How did you hear I was big and strong?
I was trying to get a fix on who you were a little bit more, asking around town.
Well, I mean, nobody in the caravan was seeing me. I mean, I'm not really that big. I'm just a scrawny guy.
Is there anything? What was your name?
Oh. Stumpy.
Stumpy. Most people call me Stumpy.
Well,
Vestibule.
a vest.
Just the go-to
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Vestibule the murderer. I mean, the farmer.
The shepherd. Yeah.
I'll be Vladimir. Not the impale.
Vladimir the Pope.
Yeah, we're the poker.
Vladimir the dairy farmer, actually.
I'll be Vlad.
Darius.
Darius?
Yeah, call me Darius.
Darius, it's good to meet you. Is there anything that I can do for you at this point to try and alleviate your travels? I'm afraid right now is not.
Break me out would be nice.
I don't know that I'm very handy with a lock, and they seem to have some kind of protections on it.
I don't know.
I'll be frank with you. I'm not very good with locks.
Okay. I mean, thanks for trying, I guess.
And the only other way, if you'd like me to try, I do have a wizard friend who could blow it to smithereens.
I mean,
But you're inside.
that sounds very dangerous, but better than being kidnapped.
Fair enough. Stand by. Don't lose hope. Not yet. I'll send you. We'll listen for another diddle around the camp. Just for
Ask him if he realizes.
you realize they are charging you with murder.
Murder?
Murder.
No, I didn't know what they had me in for. Go ahead and roll me another insight check. You do not have disadvantages.
14.
Ari, maybe you should pray to your new golden stag god and see if they'll help us out here.
Plus.
Oh, Staggy.
Staggy.
I don't know the exact.
15, 16, 17.
17. Yeah, he kind of hesitated a little bit.
Okay.
It's very
Just
hard
pray
to
in
tell
thieves' camp.
because of the fact that you can't see him or anything. But you're pretty sure that he hesitated before he.
Is there anything in it for me?
I mean, I'm just a simple farmer. I don't really have anything, especially not now.
Fair enough.
You can have whatever these monsters have. The people who kidnapped me.
Oh.
Not literal I'm sorry. That's very confusing in a world where there are literal monsters. I mean, the figurative kind.
I see what you're saying. Let me mull it over a bit over some ale. Need to clear my head.
I say we press on. I think this guy's a distraction. I think he's probably really into murder. We can see maybe when we get to Waterdeep.
I'll disseminate it to
Yeah.
everybody.
We can
Watch the trial.
follow him. Yeah,
Well,
you know. He wants to
Once
try
we get to Waterdeep, we'll know more. And we drink.
Wait, and you just cut him off.
Click.
That was awkward.
You've been
Well, it
disconnected.
seems that he does not have. There is something going on that he does not want to speak. So unless I can get in contact with him and charm him, I'm afraid there's nothing else I can do to ascertain why he's here. So, shall we continue the festivities?
Yes.
One.
Let's continue the festivities and,
All right.
and the journey.
So the party goes well on in the evening, and then the journey goes well on to the next 3 days without incident.
Perfect. I want to try whatever days I can to work on
The Luckstone.
Okay, yep. So you should be able to get all 3 days in for the next. So you two, Akio,
The 14.
Yes.
a 14 total Arcana,
Plus Arcana
Yes.
is 18.
18. So that's 50 that you can spend for that day.
26.
26. Yeah, Akio, you can spend 50.
14.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, so you finish up on the 27th day. You're kind of sitting there working, and you kind of give it that last little sprinkle of residuum, and it just flashes really quickly. And then as you're kind of holding it in your hand, it gives you a kind of warm feeling that kind of flows through your body. So now you have a luck stone.
Nice.
Congratulations.
14 with Arcana.
Do those require attunement, right?
Yes.
I'll check.
Probably.
Sorry, what was the
That was the second one was a 14.
14 Arcana? That's just your normal.
That's just, okay, just normal. And then 18, 20, 21, 22.
22 is another 50.
Okay, so that's, I got it. Thank you.
So, for those of you who don't know, let's pull out the luck stone. I don't believe I have it in here, actually.
I'm looking at
On D&D Beyond, it just says while this is on your person, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws. Doesn't have any kind of restrictions or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't require. Stone of Good Luck.
That's what it's called.
Luck Stone. One requires attunement. Wondrous item, uncommon, requires attunement.
Okay,
It's like-
so,
it's like an hour or something.
It requires what?
Attunement.
yes, so let me tell you what that means.
Oh, okay.
I want to see if I can find it in here. Staff, stone of good luck. Yep. All right, so attunement is the interesting way to keep it so you're not overpowered and overburdened with magic items. For those of you who have never played D&D 5th edition before or have looked up the rules before. Basically, you have to spend an uninterrupted hour getting to know the item. Dallin, I'll say that as part of this, you know the item.
I have to what? The item?
Yeah, so you have to spend an hour getting to know the item. Basically, just spend an hour learning it and kind of...
Can I use it as a whiskey
connecting
stone?
with it. Yes.
Okay, that will help me really get to know it.
So attuning an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused only on the item while being in physical contact with it. This focus can take the form of weapon practice, meditation, or some other appropriate activity like putting it in a bottle of whiskey and drinking that bottle.
It turns your whiskey into +1 whiskey.
Yep.
Ooh, extra strength.
Let's see.
It's 90 proof.
An item can only be attuned to one creature at a time, and a creature can be attuned to no more than 3 magic items at a time. So let me just make sure that there's no that the rings don't require a.
Fair enough.
It looks like some rings do require attunement as well. Your ring of arcane lock that you have now does not require it, though. You are okay to use that because it's just giving you an arcane lock spell 3 times a day, I think. Alrighty. So, and then, Brom, did you roll your third one as well?
Yes, that
was the 22.
That was
right?
the 22. Yeah. I'm sitting at 400 now.
Any I suppose that merchant picked up any more magic pixie dust.
No, he actually left on the next village stop. So, you kind of drained his stores completely. It's very hard. Like, residuum is a more rare material to come by. So, unfortunately, there isn't any more residuum that you guys have.
Side quest to go and
Maybe we
raid a
can
mine.
pick some up in Waterdeep or something.
It's a big town.
Yeah.
So, it's about midday on the 29th day when I have everybody roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh my god.
That's what I say.
13.
8.
Me and Lunar are just in the
18.
clouds.
Woo!
I don't suppose I could use my passive perception instead.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I lied. 9 because of my luck stone.
Yeah. Is that doesn't automatically add it in then on D&D Beyond?
No.
Okay.
If you equip it.
I rolled an 18.
18? Okay. So as the caravan rounds a bend in the road, you can all see a human head sitting in the middle of the road 100 yards in
Oh,
front of
boy.
you. Basically, so anybody who rolled a 15 or higher recognize that it's actually a person that's been buried up to the neck.
Wow.
Oh,
And he is unconscious. What do you do?
Oh, the wagons!
Stop!
Yeah, everybody kind of. Whoa!
Approach.
A talking severed head! Nobody approach!
So Ari, you walk up and you get about 10 feet or 10 yards away from it, and you can see that he is unconscious, but he still appears to be alive. You can see kind of the shallow breath on the dirt and everything. And then he has the word Oathbreaker painted on his forehead.
Huh. Okay, as I walk up to him, I check for like traps and stuff around.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your perception.
That's 17.
Okay. There don't appear to be any traps or anything. Okay. He looks in bad shape, though. He's got cracked, dry skin, and he looks dehydrated.
Okay.
At this point, a bunch of the other like caravan leaders are coming over, and they're kind of like eyeing the man weirdly.
Okay. I hold up my water skin to his lips to give him a drink.
Okay.
Try and wake him up, you know what I mean?
Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
6.
6. So you can kind of splash a little water on him, but it doesn't seem to be waking him up quite. Not really doing nothing.
Why are you
Here, try this. I give her the whiskey.
Sure. Try some whiskey.
Go ahead and roll me another medicine check.
Careful not to roll to his eyes.
12.
12? Okay. Yeah, that seems to do the trick. You kind of splash the whiskey on him, and he sputters a little bit.
It burns!
And he's oh, thank the gods. You gotta get me out of here.
Say, what oath have you been breaking?
Well, it's a long story. You see, I promised to marry this woman, and her father turned out to be kind of this bandit king. And he told me that I'd have to join up with the family business, and I kind of refused, so they gave me this brand and buried me up to my neck, you know? It kind of wiggles his head a little bit.
I want to roll a perception check on this.
Okay. Insight. It's insight. Yep.
May I as well?
16.
Insight's
Yeah. He doesn't appear to be telling you the truth.
I say...
Are you sure? I rolled a 7. I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth.
You're not sure that he's being deceitful,
Sure.
just dishonest.
I say, as someone who has also escaped from a life of crime, there seems to be more to your story.
The other leaders, the other wagon leaders that have approached at this time, are kind of giving you weird eyes, including Del Rey.
I say,
I don't know what else to tell you. That's my story, you know.
Any man who wakes up to the taste of whiskey should not be trusted.
I say...
What did you wake up to this morning, Akio?
That's
I'm different. I'm different.
I say
I'm the exception.
I say let's dig him out, but let's keep him under guard for now.
Jai, like a couple of the other leaders, kind of grumbling, including Jai, who's just like, you should just leave him here for the fates.
I say, if there's truth to his story, he doesn't deserve to be buried here simply for trying to not be a brigand.
Are there any bounties on people who...
Hey, Thordunk, have you ever heard of this game called golf? You hit a ball really, really hard and see how far it goes. I think that might work here.
Nobody knows this game.
I'm against that idea, says the man in the dirt.
what? Why?
Thordunk.
Why am I
pressure.
against the
Peer
idea, or
pressure.
why would you do that?
I say, then tell us the rest of your story, or maybe
that is my whole story. I don't have anything else for you.
If I may.
I pull out my great sword and I start practicing my swing, getting code.
If I may, for just a moment, I'm going to touch the man's cheek and cast Charm Person.
Okay.
I'm going to say, this is just...
What is it again?
He has to do a save of Wisdom of 13.
Okay.
First level. And I want to say this: if you don't resist this, we will know if you're lying.
He kind of cringes a little bit, and you feel the spell kind of connect for a moment, and then it just breaks.
All right, Thornock, have at him.
No, please, look, you don't understand. It really, that's my story. It's my story,
So,
seriously.
I take a swing just like 4 inches left of his ear.
He yelps.
Intimidation.
But he doesn't stop babbling about that being his whole story.
I say, and where are these brigands now? Where are they located?
They left me to die, and then they went back into the forest over there.
So it's possible that they could be lying in wait for us, potentially planning a trap, especially if we free you.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not with them or anything.
Very astute.
Insight check on that. If he's.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well,
Yeah, you said it. You get to roll it too.
Let's do it.
All right.
14.
16.
10.
He's not lying about that. He's
Not lying about
He's
that.
not with any brigand group, as far as he said.
I don't think he's lying, but I also don't want to dig him up and be responsible.
Man doesn't deserve to die for wanting to leave behind. I can't. Even if there's a chance that he's telling the truth, I can't just leave.
I will take your word for it. Should you desire.
Can you
Okay.
get the guy to put the sword away now?
Sure, but he can draw it out again very quickly.
Right.
Thornock, could you help me excavate your golf ball?
Yeah, I grab the guy by his nose and try to pull him out.
Ah! No, it doesn't work.
While they're digging him out, can I tell them stories about one day I saw Thornock throw a man an entire field?
Yes, you can. So it's going to take 2 hours to dig him out, and then another hour to cover the hole. Because you're not leaving.
He once kicked a man so
Yeah.
hard, all his teeth fell out.
Okay.
So everybody else in the wagon train just kind of, catch up later kind of thing. And they just, they start heading out again because nobody wants to be around in case there is an ambush now that that idea has been put into their heads.
Okay.
Do you need me
Is the entire party staying here?
Please.
I have to go with my dwarf. He's paying me good gold.
Yeah,
True.
Jai is pretty adamant that.
Fine, but when the brigands attack and we kill them all, you guys don't get any experience for it.
That's okay.
Can I speak with-
We'll
I leave because I don't care about that guy.
Then ask him. Master Silver. My friend,
Shazari and Brahm.
hand, would you mind? I will not be far behind
He looks over at Nohar, and Nohar kind of shrugs, and then he nods to you.
you. All right. We will be with you shortly. In the meantime, just know that if you run into trouble, scream Jenga.
And he looks at Nohar, and Nohar's like, Jenga, got it.
Okay, dig him out,
Okay.
but tie him up.
Okay, so you guys are digging him out. Brahm is telling him fanciful tales of Thornock's adventures. And you get to about his shoulder, and you see a familiar symbol on his arm. It is the symbol of the Harpers.
Symbol of the Harpers?
My friend, are you a harper?
Um,
I'm going to take my cloak.
Insight check him. He hesitated. He might have stolen it.
Flash mine.
so as soon as you flash your pin, he goes, oh, God. I thought you were with the cult.
No.
Okay.
The cult. So you know about a cult.
Yeah, it's why I'm here.
What is the cult?
Sorry, I didn't mean to deceive you guys before, but I can't just go blabbing about the actual reason I'm here.
Indeed. So how did you get in this hole?
So I was traveling with another caravan up north, trying to find out where they were taking a bunch of freight or something. And one of them must have seen me when I was passing information off to one of my contacts at one of the nearby villages. The next day, they ambushed me and said that I was plotting to bring bandits down on them, and they had the caravan leaders on their side and buried me and left me to die.
It was with a different caravan.
Yes.
Would anyone here recognize
No, I don't believe so.
Let's finish digging him out.
you? Terrible. Can I try and heal his face?
Yeah.
Where the scar is? This may hurt while they're digging him out. Sorry about the tall tales.
So wait, is it just the two of us? Everybody else left?
No, Thornock's with you, I would assume, because you wanted his help digging. Is that true, Thornock?
I'm not helping.
He's just
3,
watching.
6.
So it is just Ari digging.
It's a 6, and I'll start helping him dig him out
Okay.
now that I.
Yeah, you heal up his cracked face. He kind of winces a little bit as it kind of seals.
Hopefully
over and
that
everything.
eases the
Yes, thank
pain
you.
a little bit for you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that it's somebody on our side.
Indeed. You might want to keep a low profile.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I mean, as soon as I wash this off.
I want to.
Hey, my hand is free, and he starts helping you dig.
I say, wait, who is your contact amongst the Harpers?
I mean, he was just a minor contact in the village 2 down.
What else do you know about their hierarchy? What else can you tell me? Frankly, I just want to make sure that you're telling the truth.
Okay. Well, let's see. I go directly to Master Fell, and he reports to the higher ups in the Harpers.
I don't suppose you would know any of their names.
The higher ups?
Mm-hmm.
No, they kind of all try to tend to
Did we know
keep a
Master
secret.
Fell?
No, you did not know that. No. The only member of the Harpers that you actually know is, which is.
It starts with
It's been so long.
Yeah, what's his name? Was it Leosin?
Leosin.
Yeah, Leosin.
What do you know of the people that the Harpers ally themselves with? Other similar organizations.
Well, I mean, most of the time we try to keep to ourselves, but lately we've been working with the Order of the Gauntlet.
Right?
Means I check him.
That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Untrustworthy.
So many insights.
13.
He really believes that is the correct information.
18.
Okay.
Cool. And I trust him.
Seems to check out.
Do you have any specialties?
Finish digging them out.
I mean, I'm just your average information gatherer.
Just information. You're not a bot or anything.
Cool.
Do I have player class levels? No, I'm afraid not. I'm an NPC. Yeah. Mhm.
Fair enough.
It
Fair
sucks.
enough.
Just a single hit die.
I
Yep.
I was looking for someone who might increase the bravado of my what's that called quartet.
So what you said earlier about brigands up in the woods, is there any truth to that?
No, I was just trying to keep my story together. I wasn't going to let just anybody hear, what's going on.
So who is it that put Oathbreaker on your forehead?
I believe it was the cult that kind of knocked me out, and I woke up like this. But I'm pretty sure they put it on me as part of their deception because they thought the caravan thought I was selling them out to bandits. And then he kind of crawls out of the hole as you finish it up, and he starts helping you shovel the dirt back in.
All right. Well, let's finish the job and try and catch up.
Good work. Put it together.
And he stands up and he's just wearing a loincloth. Like they didn't stripped him of everything else.
Wow.
But I have some
And dirt,
clothes
he's
for
wearing
you,
a
but I
dirt.
don't think you should be wearing them.
Yeah, I think you're a little short for me.
But these ones would fit you, but I don't think you would look like.
You have cultist attire.
You may have had a run in or two.
You guys sure have been around, haven't you?
You could say that.
Well, anyway, I'll just head back down to the village and that's south. Yeah, should be a day's travel. I should be okay.
Well, wouldn't they find you again? And perhaps.
They're farther north now.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
I wish you the best of luck, my friend. And
Yeah,
here's 5 gold. I don't see you have a script or purse to your name. Here is some
Thanks.
5 gold. Find yourself some clothes.
and he
Nobody
takes
wants
it and
to
he just
see
kind of cups it in his hand and he's like, "Oh, I will." I'm sorry, I didn't catch any of your names.
I'm
Many names.
Ariana Wild.
The breaker of spears.
This is my friend. Wrong.
Okay.
Titles.
Master of titles.
We've only been with the Harpers and actually the Gauntlet Wait a minute, what was the name?
Order of the Gauntlet.
Order of the
Yep,
Gauntlet.
yep.
Thank you. In the Order of the Gauntlet, myself, I show him my pooch.
Yeah.
Recently. But
Okay.
we've been tracking the cult for quite some time. So thank you for doing your part to try and bring them down.
No problem. If you're ever in need of any help, I've got quite a few contacts in Waterdeep. If you guys are heading that way,
Yes,
we are.
names
Just-
would be very
just you'll want to go looking for any place with the harper pin or the harper symbol, which he shows you the silver harp on his arm again. And just let him know that Carlon sent you.
Carlin?
Yep, Carl O-N.
Carl on.
Carl on.
Carl on. Carl off.
Dang you, Carl.
Carl off. Carl on. Carl off.
Roll.
Trying to get to the right.
And I might just beat you guys there if everything goes according to plan. But who knows? Thanks again for the money.
Do you plan
From
on regrouping and heading back up north to Waterdeep?
As soon as I'm dressed and well again, yes, I think I'll head right up to Waterdeep.
We'll look for you. We could use your help.
Well, time more will be at your side, my friend.
And you as well. And he punches Thornock's shoulder. Thanks for not killing me, buddy.
Growlithe!
And then he'll let off. Yep.
There it
Delayed growl.
Yep. All right. So you guys, it takes you another hour to catch up with the caravan. You kind of have to run a little
Double
harder
time.
than normal. Yep. Double time it.
That's okay.
Can I be carried by anyone?
I put you on my shoulders.
Bad
And
idea.
that night passes, and that's this third day. So anybody doing any magic stuff is that you're still in that day. And the only other notable thing that night is Adelry does not see you. She doesn't come over to you that night to talk or anything like that. She seems to be a little giving you the cold shoulder.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Girl troubles.
You in the doghouse?
Well, I want to make amends, but I don't want to take any more of our game time to do so.
Write some fan fiction.
If you need a wingman, got a loose.
Well,
Yeah.
she warms back up over the next couple days as you guys continue to travel.
I'll try and find an opportunity to.
When
I mean, I don't want to involve her, frankly, in the whole cult and everything like that. But I just want to tell her that, I tell her my story, my history, as we've become more intimate over the last several weeks.
Yeah.
About me growing up on the streets and having been a criminal at a young age, and my brother, and then leaving and joining the monastery, and then trying to right wrongs and protect innocent. And I said, it seems like he came from the same kind of situation as myself, and soft spot in my heart for anyone who's trying to escape a life of crime, and his story seemed to check out. So
Roll me a persuasion check.
I did the only thing that
You got a +2 from Brom giving you a...
from the song.
Yeah,
Okay, in that case, it's a 13.
but you have to use a bardic inspiration for it.
Oh, it's true. Would it be a D6?
Yeah, actually, you get
Okay, in that
You roll
case,
6.
it's nice 15.
Okay. It takes her a day or so to kind of mull over the information. It's a lot to tell her, and she just kind of warms up to you again. But it does take at least we'll say it's.
Does she have contacts?
She's just a merchant. She's not. Yeah, she's got merchant contacts. It's another 3 days that passes as this fun little episode where Ari tries to win back Adelry goes on.
I can be in the doghouse for a few.
Yeah.
I've endured worse.
It's a really boring episode for the whole plot, for the whole show, though. Like, it really slows it down on this adventure.
I love stories.
Yep.
Gosh, it's like Star Wars Episode 2.
Yep.
No, it's way better than that. Do we get any XP?
Or he's like, I hate the streets. They're cold and hard, and they get everywhere.
Kill them.
And then I go,
No,
it's
not
over,
just
Ari.
me.
I have the high ground.
Children.
I paid for the DLC.
Yeah, actually, because you did rescue him and were able to see past your baser instincts and not kill him, you get 300 XP each.
Woo!
Nice. By the way, the baser instinct to kill was a threat. I wouldn't let Thordunk do it.
Yeah, but can you really control Thordunk that much? Thornock.
No one can control me.
You guys really gotta stop calling me Thornock.
Schmooze XP.
So,
Thornock.
I'm gonna grab.
I know, but it's a nickname.
For you.
I'm a.
Or from you, I should say.
Yeah.
So these 3 days, Rom, if you wouldn't mind giving me 3 more rolls.
Yep, absolutely.
Can I cheer him on?
That's 10.
Say what?
Can I give him, like, some pointers?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try and aid him, for sure.
14 without his aid.
Just go ahead. Go ahead and just roll me 1 Arcana check for these 3 days to see if you do manage to give him some good pointers.
For all 3 days, 1 check, you said?
Yeah, 1 check that will cover all 3 days.
Gotcha. 18, so 25.
So, you get a +2.
Okay, so that's 14, 16,
So 16 gets you 50 gold for that day.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That's just 25 gold for that day.
25, that's a 2.
And that's +2 for each day, by the way.
That's a +2
For each day.
for each day. Correct. So that last one is for that. So this is a 6, 7, 8.
No. That's just 25.
So that would be 75 total for the 3 days. Correct? First one's
Mhm.
50, second one's 25.
Yes, because if it is below 10, it is 0. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So basically at the end of the 3rd day, you guys arrive in the town of Daggerford, which is 120 miles south of Waterdeep. You're in the final stretch. You guys take 1 final day of rest.
Can we search for? What's it called?
Yeah, I mean, it's a night. I mean, Daggerford's a pretty nice town. Residuum.
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 Just think residuals.
We need some residuum.
Let's see.
No, don't think of residuals. That just leads you to work.
It's okay.
We don't want to think about work.
Yes, there is some residuum in this town.
Sweet.
Yes.
Let's find out just how much.
I dibs not paying for it since I've already done that.
No, whoever is next in line should. We'll just fork it over.
I'm broke.
Whoever gets the
Give me
next
my last
stone.
couple coins.
Yeah, from buying everybody in the caravan some drink.
Yep.
And then we abandoned that quest. What a waste of money.
All right. Should have killed them all for XP.
I am like 1 disarmed trap away from level 5.
That's all it takes.
Find like a rabbit to kill or something.
I'm like,
Hey, did the rest of us get a XP for that?
Yes, everybody got 300 XP.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
Even though Ari said you wouldn't get any from the bandits.
I was totally fine with that, but okay.
So I don't get anything extra for my sweet intimidation.
No. You did good, though, kid.
You're done good.
you did good, kid. You did good.
Now, if I took off one of his ears, would I?
No.
1 XP falls out on the floor.
It depends on if you rolled high enough to get the head in the hole in a tree, like 100 yards off.
I would say you would have gotten 299 XP. You just cut one ear off.
Okay, so we got...
1 ear less XP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
This is the number of dice that you want to see rolling.
Yeah.
I think.
The merchants pay us at the end.
Yes.
There's no point in paying you.
I get an advance on
I'm gonna be sleeping in the field tonight, guys.
What did it end up being again? 50 gold per 10 day?
It was 10 gold per 10 day.
Ours is 5 gold per
Wait.
10 days.
Yeah.
Yours is higher.
Yeah,
All right,
bodyguards
so it
get
was
10 gold per 10 day.
Right.
Right.
So how much would I have made?
It'll be like 20 gold by the end of this.
Yeah, don't write it down now, though. So this town has a total of... You guys go scouring like every magic shop you can find. There's only like 2 or 3, but you go to like every alchemy shop and searching for any sort of regions that might help with the luckstone, and you end up finding a total of... Math, literally carrying the one. 234 gold pieces worth of residuum if you want to buy it all.
Yeah, I think we would. I don't know who's who's next. Do we want to just decide judiciously or roll for it?
Thornock's rich.
Is 200 residuum enough for 2 luck stones?
No, because it takes 500.
Yeah, it's 500 for each luckstone.
Oh, right. I thought that was 500 gold.
It's
Yeah.
500 gold pieces worth of residual, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's just Casey and Reese and I, right? That
Yes, because
potentially be
Brom is
buying it.
making his.
So do you guys want to like make an argument or just roll?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Roll off.
That would take too long. Highest roll, D20. Oh,
Out of a 20?
it's not me.
Yeah. Thornock?
I got a 4.
It's most like I got a 4 as well.
Get a 3.
19.
Okay, so Thornock, since you're the next up on the luckstone list, you would be buying 234 gold worth of residuum and giving it to Akio.
Cool. Can I also see if they have any magic items that would help me with my armor class?
Yeah, let me make a roll here.
Yeah, or like some iron knuckles +1. Protection.
No more iron knuckles for you.
No armor magic items.
How
How about a super cool staff of healing?
You've already got one of those.
I can always use another. No.
So it's 234 gold.
About a +1 weapon that
Plus
could
one.
conceivably be a bow staff, if not reshaped into like some.
The one gnome that runs the main shop goes, I just sold it.
Come on.
It's close.
Let's move on.
All right, so the next day, so another day passes as you guys gather.
Wait, did Reese buy it?
I'm assuming so, yes.
Yes, he did.
So it's 200.
Yeah, I did.
234 gold worth of residuum.
So can I start working on it that same day?
No, because it pretty much takes the entire day for you to get everything together and get all your preparations ready. This
Okay.
is going to be, that's going to take up most of the day. So,
Can I do a roll for
yes, you should be able to.
Nope. Come on.
You guys should be in Waterdeep in about 6 days.
16 plus 4.
20? Yes, that is plus. That's double.
So as you guys sitting around the campfire, you hear this in the distance.
You finished?
Links.
So what does your luckstone look like?
Mine has think Moana with that little squirrel, except it's got the lock of
The heart of Tefiti.
from the girl.
It's a Hearthstone.
The heart of Tefiti.
Yes, except it's the lock of girl. I don't know her name.
Mm-hmm. There's a lock of hair that kind of shimmers in it as it kind of glows. It's really...
Dude, that's creepy.
Now,
Yeah,
technically, you guys can divide the residuum that you have up, and both of you can start working on a stone. Now that-
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
So,
We got six days to work on it.
So
it's you and I roll off.
Oh, wait.
Come on, 20. 10.
9.
Yes!
Come on.
Okay, so what's half of that? And I'll just deduct it. And Reese, you add this much back.
so it's 115 gold,
Okay.
roughly.
Reese, give yourself 115 back.
I mean, technically, in total, 117 gold if you're cutting it right.
Fine.
I guess I'll add money back.
More work? Okay.
So as you guys are heading out, the caravan's all packed up again, and you're heading out of Daggerford. The innkeeper is waving goodbye to Akio because he's been his best patron the entire time. And you guys, as usual, the caravan has lost people and it's picked up the people. Just kind of as people are getting off of Daggerford, people are getting on. Everybody needs to roll me a perception check.
114 plus 25.
19.
19. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18.
You said perception?
Oh, sorry, this is going to be insight,
Oh. Well,
which should be more or less the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
19.
19.
Thanks. I'm like completely oblivious this whole time.
11. Okay.
18.
At least one of us is paying attention.
18. Okay. And what did you get again?
I was 12.
12. Brom. 6. Brom notices nothing. Anybody who rolled a 9 or less notices nothing. So anybody that rolled higher than that notices that there's a gnome who recently joined the caravan, and she seems to show an interest in the human who joined the same time and who was welcome aboard one of the colt wagons as a passenger. He is he's kind of wearing just kind of a traveler's hood and everything. Anybody? Let's see. So she's also in the kind of day that she's been traveling. She's been asking a few questions and commenting about the weather, that sort of thing, trying to be casual, just a little too perfectly casual. And then at one point, anybody who rolled a 16 plus that's kind of watching her as this is going on, at one point she kind of turns around and she kind of locks eyes with Akio, and I believe Thornock got above 16 as well. She locks eyes kind of with you for just a moment and just kind of turns back around with a smirk on her face. And then anybody who did roll a 15 or higher, which is just the two who aren't here, you start noticing that the gentleman that joined the caravan, he has a shaved head and tattoos that he's covering with this hood.
Okay.
And they noticed her sizing up.
Let's approach the gnome and see what her story is.
As a note, Akio, if you go in your equipment, once you have that stone attuned, it does automatically add it for you to your stats.
That's weird.
So just add it to your person, make sure it's in use, and then add it to your attuned magic item.
Yeah, I have it added in use, but it didn't do anything. Oh, it's not an attuned magic item. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you have to stick it in the boxes above, and then it'll do it.
There we go. Okay, sweet. It did it for me.
Nice.
Awesome. Wow, that looks so pretty. I have a +8 to Arcana.
Nice.
So, for the people at home and who want to see here, this is the general look of the gnome.
She gets a picture.
Yep, she does get a picture.
Oh, let's see.
It's taking a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
She's pretty cute, dude. You might have to pull that hair out of your Luckstone and replace it with something else.
True.
Yeah, let's talk to her. I want to approach her.
Okay.
And
So you approach her throughout the day, and she goes, "Good afternoon."
say, hello. I couldn't help but, well, no. I can't be that blunt. Well, I'm not the charmer that you are. I just say, happy to have you join our little caravan. I can't help but notice that you were making some eyes at the other somewhat suspicious-looking fellow who joined the wagon at the end of the caravan. I don't suppose there's a story behind that.
Oh no, I just make it a point to get to know everybody, you know?
My insight checker?
Sure.
Jeez.
I want to whisper to Akio.
Crappy tonight. 6.
Okay.
What are you going to whisper to me?
Yeah, Thornark, what are you whispering?
I wonder if his girlfriend's going to get mad.
She's
I don't
a
know.
elf. She knows that a little gnome can't compete.
So what'd you roll?
Ari is pretty free-spirited, so
She seems very
I don't know.
kind-hearted and just generally wants to get to know people.
I say, so what brings you to join the caravan here?
Oh, I'm just traveling along to Waterdeep, you know, work is work, right?
Did she come on as a guard?
No, she's just basically the caravans just pick up travelers that walk alongside him, just as kind of like, hey, you know, strength in numbers, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Not wise, but I wanna like when nobody else is looking.
Mm-hmm.
I show her my well, you know what? I don't like be like, hey, check this out, but like I'm wearing my guys get a caravan.
The internal strength.
Yeah. I'm just gonna I'm gonna sort of flash her my my way of the gauntlet.
Order of the gauntlet.
Thank you. Order of the gauntlet.
yeah, that was kind of weird because you just said, I'm going to flash her my, and then stop talking.
I'm just mumbling. You can't hear me. The
There's
insignia
that free spirit.
that I have, and just see what her reaction is to
Okay.
when she
She,
sees that.
you do notice that she notices the insignia, but she doesn't seem to have any reaction to it.
Okay.
Not to that.
All right. Brom, I'd like you to introduce you to my friend Brom,
My dear lady, I did not see you there.
Hi.
also traveling with us.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely, it's not every day I get to see someone in my own kind.
Call me Jamna.
Jam?
She didn't give me her.
Jamna.
Jamna?
Mm-hmm. That's technically your name.
Okay.
Jamna.
Jamna, it is a pleasure. My name is Brom Grizios.
Nice to meet you. I mean, if you really need to know my last name, I guess I can give it to you. Okay.
He says, but that's what he does inside. That's what he does inside.
Mm-hmm.
On the outside, he goes, yes, it would be my pleasure.
Gleam Silver. So you're a musician.
Indeed. I am a master of my craft. We travel as a band and friends, and
Oh, you're all musicians.
in a fashion.
I play the drums.
In a fashion, some are still learning, but yes, we do enjoy a good tune when we get the chance.
I'd love to hear some.
Indeed. And what time of day is it?
It's afternoon. You guys are traveling
It's
right
afternoon.
now. Mhm.
Well, I am sure this evening, should you like to accompany us amid the campfire, there'll be plenty of song and dance and activities.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be playing songs, I'll probably hear them. But I already got another engagement tonight. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so he's gonna try and put the charm on her.
Okay.
With the roll for persuasion.
Yes.
He's gonna try and. 9 plus 8.
Got a decent plus there.
Plus
yeah.
8,
So with your
so-
luck stone.
Yeah, 17. Okay. And then he's just gonna be like, well, what could possibly be more important than spending time with us?
Well,
More importantly.
I mean, it does sound like a lot of fun.
Indeed.
And she looks over at your caravan masters, actually. And she goes, but I did promise them I'd speak with them this evening.
Oh, very
Just kind
good.
of getting to know the caravan and everything. But maybe tomorrow night?
Perhaps, yes, it would be my pleasure.
Great.
Perhaps I might see you there as well. I am, after all, their bodyguard.
Oh, you're one of the guards for that caravan. Oh, that's nice. Do they really need a musician as a bodyguard?
Oh, my dear lady, you will, in our travels, you will find that sometimes words are much sharper than swords.
Yeah, you should see the size of his rapier.
You have disadvantage on your next persuasion roll.
Wingman fail.
Oh.
Rob's just like...
I high five Akio.
And then I walk away and just do a drunk Rick and Morty burp.
Well, I bid you adieu, my dear lady.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Indeed.
And she turns off. A little quicker.
And I walk off, really like, ah!
Oh, Brom, you got a girlfriend?
Well, I had one.
Don't worry, man. The rapier thing, it will come back around.
I think now we're seeing why Dallin really didn't want to drive.
Yeah.
You wanted to stay home.
That's true. He probably is going full Akio tonight.
That's totally fine.
No.
No.
That's good.
No.
So let's see.
That was reach.
So that day passes. So another 2 days pass. So those of you who are making magic items get 2 more days worth.
Work on my luck stone.
Work, slave.
So I'm rolling for...
I mean, at this point, you can push it further if you want to, but you've only got 100 gold worth of residuum left
Yeah,
each.
that's true.
So there's no reason to roll and try
117.
to 117. So you guys are getting 2 days worth without even rolling.
Yeah.
So don't-
without
but-
rolling. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'll
We're
just
6
push.
days out. Yeah.
I'll push it as high as I can, so that way I can do other things.
Okay.
That was 18.
Okay, yeah, you'll get 50.
That was 2 days. That's
Mhm.
another 8.
Oh, that's right. It is only 20. I was going 50 a day. So yeah, you'll get 2 days. So that was 50. And then the other day was what?
That's another 18, so that's 100.
Yep, that's 100. So you'll get it. You'll get your 100 in for that 2 days.
Sweet.
I will.
And that's the limit until you can get more residuum.
Okay, perfect. So you're.
100.
I handed to you and saying, we're at the stage where we can.
And then Akio, I'm assuming that you did okay as well.
Let me check. 16 and 23.
Yeah, so that's 50 and then 50.
Okay.
Yep.
So then I give that back to whoever.
Well, just hold on to it until we get more residuum.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are on the start of the you're 4 days away from Waterdeep now. Start of the day, you're starting your breakfast of just kind of oatmeal and everything, and you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden you hear, and you turn around and Jamna is there.
Oh, my lady's jump.
I
We have saved you a place.
have
here
not
by
been impressed with the names of this book. By the way.
the... We have saved you a place here by the fire. Come join us.
In fact, I want to change it.
Sounds good.
Jamina. I'm going to call her Jamina.
Gina.
Jamina.
What's
Proudmore?
Jamina.
Gina?
Proudmore.
Jamina.
Jamina.
I
Jamina.
thought it was Gleam Silver.
Her last name is William Silver.
Jamina Glees.
Oh.
She's standing there, and she kind of glances around a little bit, and you see that she's looking in like 3 different directions, just at specific places. And when she's confident nobody's watching, she leans over Ari's shoulder and she says, "I hope you don't want to eat that."
Who would have been trying to poison me?
Not exactly poison. And she takes the bowl from you and pulls out her dagger, and she kind of sifts through the oatmeal a little bit, and then she lifts it out and shows you an oatmeal smeared object resembling a tiny bead. And she glances over her shoulder to where the cultists have kind of gathered for breakfast, and she goes, and then she turns to you and she says, "It's a sliver of bone they've curled up, and it uncurls inside your stomach, and it's got needles inside, tears it up really bad, and kills you really slowly."
Hey. Many thanks for the warning.
So
No problem.
it's a kidney
Sorry,
stone.
And she stands up and she goes, "I'd probably check the rest of your guys as well." Yeah.
This oatmeal tasted a little bony.
Perhaps this could be to our fortune. If we play along like something's wrong, we might be able to force them to show their hand.
True.
We'll talk tonight.
Indeed.
And then she kind of walks off again, saying good morning to a few people as she passes by.
My thanks, milady. I don't know what to.
She's already gone.
Just bows her head to the knees.
She does not want to see you rape her.
Well, not over breakfast.
She did say we'll talk more tonight.
Remember, gentlemen, words were made for wooing women. And in this endeavor, what's the quote? In this endeavor, laziness will not do. From the Dead Poets.
Yep. That's why I mentioned the rapier.
So, you guys spend the rest of the day traveling along. Probably grab some jerky or something on your way to eat it. And that evening, well into when everybody else has gone to bed, she just kind of seems to be avoiding you until that time. And then she sits around at your little campfire, and she leans in, and she notices that all of you are around the campfire before she goes, "Look, we don't work for the same people, but we have the same goal. The cult of the dragon has to be stopped."
Hey. What group do you affiliate with?
Oh, I'm just freelance work, really.
How do you know about the cult?
Well, I've been contracted to find out what they're carrying and where they're taking it. Is there anything that you guys know about what they're carrying?
We suspect that it is,
You don't
loot
ask
that they've
You
gathered
want to
from invading the villages and things south of Baldur's Gate. We did have some run-ins with them. We know that they attacked Green Nest, village of Green Nest,
I mean, not really. It's...
among others, and took whatever valuables they could. And as far as we know, they were shipping them north. We know their larger plan to summon Tiamat. And
That's what all the craziness has been spouting about, for sure.
and they plan on making an offering. We haven't been able to get inside. The tent is very closely guarded and wrapped down tightly. But
Yeah, they do like to keep that thing closely guarded. And she glances over at the wagons.
I have been able to see the man in the cage bit, but I don't know that he's part
And
of
she,
this.
and she looks over and she kind of scans. Oh, you mean the werewolf?
Yes, him, the werewolf. You are correct.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything to do with the cult.
how did you know he was a werewolf?
And she points at the cage. She goes, "That's a silver cage with air holes in it. I don't know. I don't know what else they'd be carrying."
We don't have a lot of experience with them.
Would he be
Good thing.
Would he, as far as your knowledge of lycanthropes, would he be someone who would be of help in any way? Or would he...
You know, you're really cute
us
when you're
much
coming
more.
up with stupid ideas.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Touche.
I say our plan was to get to Waterdeep and then to follow this wagon to see where they were taking it. Perhaps ambush them along the way, depending on how many there become more of them.
Well, I mean, there are a few around here. And she looks over at the cultist campfire specifically, where they've kind of bedded down for the evening, And then she looks to a few other places that don't seem to have any correlation with the cultists at all, which is a few.
So they have other agents.
Yeah.
I suppose it would be... We've considered trying to attack them before we arrive, but I think we would be outnumbered. Don't know how we'd be able to explain our actions to the rest of the caravan not involved.
I think not killing the cultists is a good idea for the most part. I say we avoid that and just find out where they're taking it. If you guys need an extra hand, I could always use more friends.
Absolutely. You have more than one hit.
The subtlest way possible. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Excellent. You could always use more help, obviously. So,
Wonderful.
more assistance is welcome.
Great. Get some rest. We've got a few days, then we'll be at Waterdeep, and we'll have to follow them through the city.
Like a plan.
And then she gets up and she...
I before she goes, I say, who was the bald tattooed guy that joined?
I think he might be a red wizard. Hey. Withered. Thank you.
I'm not familiar with. I turned to Akio. I'm like, red wizard. Hey.
Akio, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Maybe I should have turned to Braun.
Weird.
Is Akio conscious?
Is there an Akio in the house?
Hey, do you guys hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, it was a 15.
15?
Uh-huh.
So what you know about Thay is that it is kind of it's a very barbaric land. Currently, a lot of refugees have been coming from Thay because there is a lich known as Saztam that's taken over the area.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Red Wizards of Thay are generally mistrusted by most of the wizarding community. Most Thayans are kind of viewed as barbaric or weird, but the Red Wizards are kind of shunned a little bit as far as the Sword Coast goes.
I say so. Should a fight break out, I assume we should try and remove him as quickly as possible.
I mean, I'm not sure if he's working with the cultists, but it just seems weird that he's chumming it up with them.
Seems awfully suspicious. All right, let's continue on.
So we burn the wagons yet?
Invisible.
Yeah, burn it. Burn it right now.
Then we'd lose our lead.
All right, so
Burn it.
Wait, I want to see what's inside.
2 more days of travel. And it's the morning on that second day when the camp wakes up and you hear some people murmuring, and there's a lot of commotion going on near the cultist wagons.
Oh boy.
And people are kind of gathering around these 3 wagons that have all been tied down. These people that have been kind of off to the side.
What's going on?
So as you guys head over to investigate, you see that there's a few of the guards are kind of pushing people back, and you see the body of one of the cultists is laying on the ground. Or one of the teamsters for the cult wagon. And he's laying on the ground. He's got a wound in him, and he's dead.
Can I do a medicine check?
Ask what's her name via message if she was involved in the.
Do I know where she's at?
You can't see her in the crowd.
I have to point at her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna can I just?
No. You can't sweep for a signal.
There's no signal.
It's like switching stations, just like FM 91, FM 91.5. Actually, as soon as you guys kind of clear through the crowd, you kind of make your way up towards the front. One of the cultists looks up and he kind of looks and he goes, What about her? She's got a sword on her. And
I say most guards do.
I want to try and push past them.
well, you know what? Your group has always been kind of eyeing us weird, and a couple of the other guards in this caravan are kind of like, yeah, you know, it's true. And Jai goes, what? That lady? That's the kindest devil I've ever met.
I want to try and push past and say, you know, what happened, and see if I can try and medicine check on the dude.
Yeah.
See how, like,
Yeah, you can try, and then as soon as you get closer, one of the guards goes, you stay away from him.
I was trying to see if I could heal him.
He's dead. You can't heal him. Can you heal the dead?
Are you a doctor? That was a natural 20 method.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, you can tell from this distance that he's dead.
Well, looks like you're right. He's discolored all weird, and he must be dead. Well, dang it, Jim, I'm not a doctor.
I say, my friend did not kill your teamster, but if you have some kind of quarrel with my friends and I, settle it.
And they kind of look to each other, and one of them looks like they're about to say something when the other man to join the caravan steps up, and he goes, "Let's all take a moment to relax here. We don't need to fight over petty squabbles like this. We can figure out who did this." And then he kind of looks at the wound and he goes, "Well, it doesn't look like a sword wound. There doesn't appear to be any small wound here that a dagger would make. Can I see everybody in the camp who has a short sword, please?"
Can I cast minor illusion on Brahm's dagger? Do you have a dagger, Brahm?
No, I lost my dagger. It was in what's her chest.
Okay, never mind.
I have my rapier, but it's not.
Yeah, that's definitely, it's a bigger wound than the rapier.
So I pull the rapier.
Okay, so then never mind.
And then
A couple of the other guards come up and they pull out their swords and they kind of compare wounds and everything. The gentleman looks over at you and he says, "Your sword?"
I hand it over.
Okay. And he looks at it and he goes, "That's more of a match than any of the others I've seen." And Jai goes, "Yeah, but I mean, it's just a scimitar. Like, they got the same ones." And a couple of the other caravan guards look at their own swords, and they do have scimitars as well. And he hands it back to you. And they kind of stand up, and the drivers, the different leaders of the caravan, kind of look at each other, and they start kind of whispering and everything. And the cult guards are just kind of like glaring at you, just staring you down and staring you down. They're staring way down at Brahm.
Ladies and gentlemen, now, how do we know this wasn't a simple spat and quarrel between fellow gods over a game of dice?
Or it could be a robbery, says some guy in the crowd.
Fair point.
Shut up, Jerry.
Can I make an intimidation check
There could be
at the guy who yelled from the crowd?
Say what?
Can I make an intimidation check at the guy who yelled from the crowd?
Sure. Sure. It's just a suggestion is all.
While we stand here, we very well could be being targeted by bandits as we speak.
And so the leaders come back, and Adelri, she goes, "The only way to really know what kind of attack this was would be to take a look and see if anything was stolen in your guys' caravan wagons." And the people...
Let's just gonna say stab him again.
Just stab him again with every weapon. No, they kind of look at each other and they go, "No, everything's secure. We'll just see if we can't flush him out another way." And they kind of just back off and start loading up their wagon, like just kind of forgetting about the whole thing.
I turned her. She's like the caravan leader.
Yeah, so each of the wagon masters of each of the different merchants that basically own these wagons, it's sort of like a communal thing where they all kind of just work together to decide how best to proceed and everything.
As we're kind of breaking up and we're walking off, I just ask her, like, what do you know about this group? They seem to join pretty last minute. They also very protective of whatever it is that they're transporting.
Don't really know. They've been very standoffish this entire time. And, I mean, it didn't help their case when they decided to accuse you. I mean, you've saved this caravan multiple times along the journey.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm modest.
And she pats your cheek and she says, "I better go get my wagon ready."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Stupid idea.
Wouldn't be the first time.
If I use my dancing lights inside of their under the covers, would make it look like there's a fire that broke out. Perhaps they'd be forced to check it.
I could cast minor illusion and make smoke coming out the top.
I'd be more than happy to actually set a fire.
That's also a very viable solution.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, it's a pity to go all this way without knowing what exactly they're transporting. Because we're like, what, 5 days out?
Mm-hmm. No, you guys are 2 days out.
3 days out.
Yep.
2 days out.
Oh wait, I can't hear you guys. Excuse me.
I say,
I'll speak normally.
well, I mean, I was hoping to figure it out once they had sort of separated from the rest of the group. But by then, they might have joined up with a much larger group.
What about sabotage? Is there any way we can perhaps mess with the wheel of their cart? So it might dump it.
How about Brahm? How about Brahm goes invisible? We walk by. I cast Gust on the wagon flap, and Brahm jumps inside and looks to see what's there.
And then it closes, and I'm like,
Then when you're done, yell Jenga, and I'll blow it back open.
I'm good with all these plans. Hey, just a suggestion, but we should just carry on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wink at the guy glowering at us from afar.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a lady.
A lady.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to pick a fight with
That's-
but I don't want to lose our lead.
I think Thornox wants to too.
I want to pick a fight in a way that they would attack us. You know what I mean? So we can claim self-defense.
I'm going to go ahead and just pull out my short sword and just set it on the wagon that I'm
Okay.
guarding.
Your scimitar.
Just showing that
Okay.
I didn't do it.
What did it mean?
It was
Yeah, as the caravan kind of starts weaving out, you guys are talking about this. The general consensus from everybody is that the gods will punish whoever did that. Like, people aren't too concerned about it. It's
Well, I
this
have to
happens on
assume
the
that
road.
it was one of their own that killed him. But why?
make people turn on
I
us.
don't have a very good detective.
Maybe he was a double agent
skill.
and they found him out and shanked him.
Get him in.
all plausible.
Just saying, my investigation is a +4.
Investigation, what is this?
Well, see if you can do CSI Waterdeep and match the sword.
Dusting for Arcana prints.
Look for Arcana prints
Yeah.
or some kind of.
If stabbed by night, I can.
What's it called? The bullet, the striation pattern
Yeah.
from the bullet, the sword. Match it up with the hole in the body.
All right, fine. We'll all go and stab the guy.
Yeah.
See, my stab.
So,
pattern is
DM?
this-
Can I make a check?
At this, I mean, you want to go back to the body and make an investigation check? Yeah.
I say we just grab
Not
it.
really.
I don't know what we're gonna.
All right, let's just move on.
Okay. So you guys move on.
Did they bury the body?
Shallow grave,
Shallow grave.
as is customary on the road.
It says a lot about a person, how they bury someone.
The final 2 days of your journey pass by without much incident. There's a brief bandit attack that you guys fend off rather easily. So easily that we won't even worry about any sort of combat for it.
What about XP?
XP, I'll be getting to that in just a moment.
Oh, okay, good.
And then as you guys come over a hill, you see the wonderful city of Waterdeep. It is a gigantic city that it's basically the bustling trade port for everything on the Sword Coast. Waterdeep's like one of the most famous cities in all of Avery.
I want to take a deep. What's it smell like?
It smells like sea air.
Sea air?
Yep, kind of salty air.
It smells like crap.
I'm assuming we've all been here before.
I believe Thornock has been here. I don't think Ari has.
I've been here.
Yeah, Akio's been here. You're from here technically. I mean, this is your guild was here. I don't believe
My guild was in Wisconsin.
South. Oh, that's right. Okay. That's right. Your guild was in Luskin, which is a popular place for wizards to be. Yeah.
Yes.
He and I met in a bar in Waterdeep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then Thornock may have come through here at one point.
As a free man?
As a privateer. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really fancy word for pirate.
An entrepreneur of the sea.
Mm-hmm. So, we're actually going to end the episode there as you guys are moving into Waterdeep. It's just, I know that Thornock has an early morning at his regular job where he does coding as a half-orc barbarian.
We should do a role-playing game to where we simulate us actually working in a
Houses and
office.
humans.
Yes. An office environment.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch me stare at a laptop all day, yeah, go for it.
But what we're going to do, and the other reason why we're ending this is because you guys get another, let's see. You guys get another
490?
600 experience points. And this is,
all right.
And then actually, sorry, I should say plus 400 experience points. So a total of 1,000 experience points each. And that's for getting this caravan safely through this full 40-day journey all the way to Waterdeep.
We get paid?
And you do get paid, yes. So that was a total of 40 days. And if you check my math on that, you'll probably find that it was shorter than 40 days, but we'll pad those things a little bit. So, per 10 day, yes.
And 10 days.
So 5 gold per 10 day. So 5 times 4, 20 gold for those of you who only have 5. And then 40 gold for the 2 bodyguards for Lunira.
All right.
For Akio.
I want to have like a conversation with my girlfriend.
Okay.
I just want to ask her, like, say, well, my life. I don't know when we shall see each other again. What are your plans from here?
Well, the plan from here is to sell off my goods and load up with something else and head back south.
Return to Baldur's Gate?
And eventually to Cholt.
To Cholt?
Yes. It's, I think that's west, I want to say. I only have it of the sword code, so I may not even have.
At this point, I've sort of clued her in onto the whole, like, because I'm really trying to impress her, So she kind of knows that, like, I'm an adventurer, I'm a hero. I've clued her in a little bit about the whole Cult of the Dragon thing, and that, I've got pressing matters in the north. I have to stop the summoning of the
Must you leave me?
Headed goddess of evil dragons. I say, but I imagine that I'll be in Baldur's Gate again soon.
Well, if you're ever there, and my shop is along the what do they call it? The wide. I have kind of a supply shop there that I use for storing materials. Just go by the Rusted Horn and see if I'm available. You'll always have a place in Baldur's Gate and in my heart.
This is sappy.
It is very sappy.
I give her a kiss.
She returns it.
Oh.
Man, she gets around.
Yeah, like as she's heading back south, she's already got another person on her arm. No. So that should put everybody over to level 5, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Congratulations.
New character.
Squarely.
Yes. Azir's getting a little...
Well, I haven't kept the best track of my experience.
You need to keep track of it on your notepad. Just like write down your experience and then just.
I know. I just did tonight. And that's one of my goals.
Level 5.
I also wrote myself down
level.
So Jamina is actually going to be sticking close by with you as you guys are making your way into Waterdeep.
We want to
And
keep an eye on the what are their
the
names?
cult wagons.
Cultists and,
Yep.
and try and follow them from a distance.
Culties.
The
And I'm
culties.
trying to find the map for. I see the map for Chult, but it doesn't show it in the greater scheme of things.
I think Chult is very far away from.
Because it's in the. It's
Sort
an
of.
island.
Is it an island?
It looks like it's an island, but it's the port. The closest one I can see, the land next to is the Shining Sea, is above it.
Let's see.
Because it's just this island. This I'm gonna assume South, or maybe it's a peninsula.
There's
Wild
anybody,
Coast,
if
Great
there's
Sea.
anybody watching this that knows actually what the Sword Coast is,
You know
they're
where the Great Sea
screwing
is?
at us. So the Sea of Swords is the only one that my map
It's
has.
next to the
The
awesome
Sunrock Mountains, yeah. Awesome Sea, the Shining Sea, and the other one is Great Sea. One of the two it shows is the two oceans that are adjacent to.
Let's see here.
But again, these maps are not very helpful. They're the wiki pages.
You want to more look up a map of Faerun itself.
Whoa.
In Bay
So level 5 just put me to plus 10 to Arcana.
Nice.
It's a peninsula.
Dude, you're gonna get level 3 spells now. Those are good. You're gonna get Fireball.
Yeah, it's a peninsula.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's far to the south and across an ocean.
Yep.
From the Sword Coast.
Yeah, it's a peninsula, not an island.
In case anyone's curious, I now walk 40 feet.
40 feet.
Nice.
That is huge for me. I get to every time I make an attack, I can spend a key point to attempt to stun them, and if they fail their, I believe it's
Constitution.
for wisdom. I think it's wisdom for my monk stuff. Anyway, I'll look it up. But if they fail their check, and I think it's a 13 or a 14, then they're stunned until the end of my next turn, which means they can't take actions, they can't take reactions, and all attacks against them have advantage.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
So one of the big things is everybody's proficiency bonus should go up to a +3.
And
So-
my unarmed strike goes from a D4 to a D6.
Oh, nice.
And I think Lunera and I and Thornock all get an extra attack now. when we
Mhm, yeah. So
Yep.
basically, whenever you make, you can attack twice instead of once when you take the attack action.
Oh,
That's right.
fantastic.
So you can attack a total of 3 times, with your bonus action being your offhand attack.
Okay.
And then if you use your action surge, that's an extra 2 attacks instead of just 1. Yeah, you can get some pretty good stuff from it. Let me see here. Stunning Strike. Spend 1 key point. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or be stunned until the end of your next turn.
I think
uses
they have
your-
to save against my wisdom.
Yeah, your key save DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier.
Baby. Good.
Yeah, so everybody should get like a +1 bonus on attacks now, and any saving throws that you have that you're proficient with, and any skills that you're proficient with as well. Let me just take a look and see what else
I'm
we've
thinking
got.
about going what?
Possibly.
Oh really? I'm gonna multi-class into rogue.
Sorcerer doesn't help. Warlock doesn't help.
Well, sorcerer would be good because you got high charisma. That's their main
Kinda,
stat,
yeah.
right?
The problem is that the way that they do their subclass casting, it's really obfuscated. It's weird.
Yeah, it looks like Dallin gets 2 third-level spells now. 4 first level and 3 second level, which is great.
Pretty cool. That's because the only ones I can do is fighter, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. All the rest of them I'm too either street retarded or not strong enough.
I say just keep going straight, bard. I
I
don't think
think
we need a
bard's
lot
gonna
of rogue.
be stronger.
Because that's gonna make you stronger in melee, but we're already too crowded up front.
Right.
All your third-level spells.
It's too bad you don't have a higher wisdom. You're going to like cleric or something.
That's what I was thinking, paladin or something.
Third level spells for wizard include things like animate dead, counter spell, fireball. Yep, fireball's right there.
Fireball.
Oh, full on fly, nice.
Yeah, fly.
Ooh, Leoman's tiny hut,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I don't remember that. Is that like the mansion?
It's sort of like a minor version of
Minor version.
Mordenkainen's mansion.
It's just crazy stuff.
Water breathing, vampiric touch, stinking clouds, slow, nice. There's a lot of good stuff this level. Phantom steed, magic circle, and yeah, lightning bolts right there too.
Trying to see what else I get.
And you have entered a city where you possibly could find more magic stuff.
Yeah.
If there's one place where there's going to be magical materials, magical items, and spells that you can research, it's going to be Waterdeep.
Font of inspiration.
Yeah.
I regain all expended uses of bardic inspiration when I do wish. Oh,
Sorry,
otherwise that's
what you said that. Thinking of stunning strike.
Just trying to see if let's see what-
Ooh, I get one more stuff.
Bards get your bardic inspiration went up too. That's
Yeah, the
really
font of inspiration. Now I have D8s
Yep.
instead of D6.
What does the font of inspiration do?
Yeah, it just makes it so I instead of a long rest to get my bardic inspirations, I can do
Need what? So,
cat nap. What kind of a nap? Make a calming gesture. Three willing creatures of your choice fall unconscious. What kind of a spell is that?
hey, well,
Cat nap.
congratulations, everybody.
Woo! This is like the weak version of sleep. It's cat nap. They have to be willing for it to function. So I can put them to sleep if they're willing. So I can be like a hypnotist.
Waste.
Is it always though?
Unless I can do Inception on somebody and be like, I am,
Charm person, catnap.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, we got to make sure that we track this wagon, but we also need to spend some time looking for more residual and like cloak of protection or something, and a bag of holding for Reese.
That's all I want in life.
True.
There's enough money for a bag of holding.
Woman's tiny.
Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out next time or through chatting.
Everyone okay to play Monday?
Next Monday, yes, I'm okay. Because it's just
Yeah, I should be
New
good.
Year's Day. We have the day off from
Yeah.
work, but
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Should be good.
So we start at 7 in the morning, end at 7 in the evening.
I mean, 12-hour session.
That's a really good day for me because I'm taking next Tuesday off.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
nice. Hey, you ought to come up then, Reese.
I have to watch my kids in the morning, so maybe
Okay.
Tuesday
Well,
morning
if
or Monday?
nothing else, we ought to at least have.
Tuesday.
I'm excited for level 6 because that's when I'm going to multi-class a defeat. And or rogue, I mean.
Rogue.
Very sweet.
You're fine.
And then I'm going to get an extra d6 on sneak attack. Although I could go level 6 monk and get shadow step, which is really cool.
Right?
But I really want to start down the thief so I can become an assassin.
This makes no sense. There's Tiny Hut, and then there's Leoman's Tiny Hut.
It's just the
It must
second one
be-
has a sign over the door that says Leoman's.
It's a branded version, so
Wait,
it
is that
costs more.
Leoman's tiny hut? No, no sign.
That's just a regular tiny hut.
That's Sam's tiny hut.
What's I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, did we have anybody join us tonight?
Figwint's here.
Okay.
Except for Figwint, I think, is the question mark? Hey, Figwint, say something in the chat if you're not.
Prove to us you're not
Or
a
if you're
robot.
lurking, that's okay too. Lurk away.
Yeah, I know it was kind of an odd time for we kind of had to rush to put out when we
It
were.
seems like our Monday we get the most traffic.
Okay.
Most often. So,
Yeah,
well,
'cause
everybody.
we're not competing with anybody on
Nah.
Thursday. any other sort of
No, not at all.
other. Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Just kidding. Well, thanks for coming by, guys. We'll see ya.
Bye.